Whenever I come down to Temple Square here in beautiful Salt Lake City, I'm reminded that this is a place where oftentimes there is conflict between Latter-day Saints and evangelicals, particularly during the general conference sessions of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Street preachers will come here with big signs and they will shout and preach against Mormonism, and they will confront Mormon people on their way to general conference, or even just on any given day of the week. They might stand outside in front of one of the temple gates and engage people and debate them and argue with them. And a lot of times people ask me the hard question of why I don't do more to attack Mormonism and use the opportunities that I've been given with Mormon scholars and general authorities and various members of the LDS Church to be more aggressive and to be more bold and attack them. Today, I want to talk about why I don't think it's wise for us to attack Mormon people. So, if we're going to talk about attacking people and the wisdom of that, shouldn't we look immediately to the example of Jesus himself? You know, Jesus often was in trouble with people, particularly the religious people of his time, for befriending prostitutes and tax collectors and sinners. They said, who is this Jesus that he would eat with these kinds of people? So he got a lot of criticism for that. You know, when you think about Jesus interacting with someone who was a sinner, Zacchaeus comes to mind in Luke chapter 19. Remind yourself that Zacchaeus is a bad dude. He is despised and hated. He's not just a tax collector, he's the chief of the tax collectors. He's working for Rome, and he's really just coming against his own people and exploiting them financially as a tax collector. And he's become very rich. So he's much despised, hated by his fellow Jews. And on this particular occasion, while Jesus was going through Jericho, this wee little man that we remember from the childhood songs got up in a sycamore tree because he wanted to see Jesus. And what does Jesus do? He doesn't confront him. He doesn't challenge him. He doesn't tell him that he's an awful guy because he's a chief tax collector and that he's betraying the heart of the Jewish people. No, he looks up into the sky, looks up into the tree, and he says, hey, Zacchaeus, I'm going to eat at your place tonight. And immediately, the Jewish people around him began to murmur and say, you know, why is Jesus going to eat with Zacchaeus? He's a terrible, no good guy. He's an enemy of the people. And here Jesus is interacting with him. Jesus began with providing relationship, friendship, and dignity to Zacchaeus. And later that night, when they gathered in his home to eat, the result was that this child of Abraham, Zacchaeus, said, I'm going to pay back everything I've ever taken from anyone 4 times as much as I've taken them. So, isn't it interesting that Jesus builds a relationship with a notorious person, doesn't confront him on all the bad things he's done. He just goes and eats dinner with him. And somehow that love and that expression of kindness was enough to bring transformation to the life of Zacchaeus, the chief tax collector. I think there's something for us to learn there. Let's summarize this. Why don't I feel like it's a wise thing to attack our Latter-day Saint friends? Because when we attack, we usually just win an argument. We hurt people's feelings. We make them feel bad. Maybe we make fun of their beliefs. That doesn't work. That's not the example that Jesus gave to us in this interaction with Zacchaeus. He knew that Zacchaeus had problems. He knew that he was despised. But he didn't make fun of him. He didn't get angry at him. He didn't challenge him. He said, hey, can I have dinner at your place tonight? And as a result, something powerful took place. So I don't think it's wise for us to attack people, not just Latter-day Saints, any kind of people, in the name of winning an argument or winning a battle of conversation, because when we do that, we tend to just hurt them more and make them anxious and make them feel badly and not to have a very positive taste in their mouth for the message that we would want to share with them. So I just want to encourage you to realize attacking people doesn't help advance the conversation. Now, I know there are some people who say that when they were confronted and when they were challenged, they became Christians. I honor that. I respect that, and if that was helpful to you, I honor that. But I will say that many more people are just looking for someone to love them, to be a friend, to have conversation, and let that conversation go on for a while so that you can engage them over a period of time with substantive conversations about who Jesus Christ is and why He can make a difference in their life. We just plant, we just water, and God gives the increase. We lift up the name of Jesus, and He draws people to Himself. That's the beauty of it. Let's have more conversations and attack less.